When you think about what's going on in the United States of America right now and in Chicago with mass immigration, what are 3 words that come to mind that for you?
Very, very angry.
Tell me more about that.
I'm going to put this at the feet of the Democratic Party, the Biden administration, because we've never seen a surge in immigration like we have seen under this administration. It's all by design. It's deliberate. The Democratic Party realizes that the black vote is dwindling because the Democratic Party has not delivered for the black community in the way that the black community has delivered for the Democratic Party in terms of votes. And they realize that. So what do? What do? They go around the world and they open up these borders and they let people come from around the world, poor, vulnerable people from around the world come into this country, and it was very strategic. You let them go into cities like New York. You let them come into cities like Chicago. You let them come into cities that where there's a large black population. Now, they're all over the city of Chicago, but the majority of them now in Chicago are on the west and the south side of Chicago. Poor neighborhoods, neighborhoods that are struggling, that have been struggling for a long, long time. So you bring these people into Hyde Park, you bring these people into South Shore, they put them in a hotel literally right across the street from me. They're paying no rent. Their food is being provided for. They don't even make their beds. They have a maid.
1% of over 26,000. That's how many migrants our sources say have received work permits and Social Security cards in Chicago. It's not clear how many applications have been submitted, though as of December 29th, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services had only processed work permits and temporary protected status applications for 1,480 Chicago new arrivals. That's according to city data obtained by CBS 2. Once those applications are processed, they also need to be approved. Sources tell us that only 284 asylum seekers in Chicago have gotten work permits. 279 have received their Social Security card. That's 1%.
We don't want them in our community. Let them go back to where they came from, because it's my position that if you have a problem with your country, then you stay and you make it better by fighting that government, making your government do what it needs to do by its people, because that's what we do in this country. That's what I've been doing all of my life. I don't have any place to run to. America is my home. It's my country. We built it.
But once that they got here, they started to bring them into the black community. And we started to do research, and that's when I found out that it was Kamala Harris that opened the borders up in California and allowed all the gangs, the Mexican gangs, to come across. And they took Compton and all the other black cities, similar to what we're seeing across the United States today.
What kind of legislation would you like to see? We mentioned to you E-Verify, being able to check if people have the right to work here. Do you think that would be helpful?
I think that would benefit all Americans with E-Verify, for the simple fact is we need some type of verification system for people who are in this country. The legislation is already there with the immigration laws.
Yes.
Right.
So we don't need to do that again.
Right.
That's what the Liberal Party is doing. They're making us think that there's no structure because they violated the immigration laws by opening our borders and allowing these people to come.